Hi there, I'm Krista Jensen from York University's Knowledge Mobilization Unit. Welcome to MobilizeU Summer 2021. In this quick video, I'm going to provide an introduction to the course and just some information on how it's going to run and what you can expect. I'll just share some slides with you. Okay, so I will introduce the course directors. There are 4 of us who are going to be part of this course, and I'll let you know who they are. I'll talk a little bit about where the course resources and the videos can be found. I'll do a quick review of the weekly topics, and then talk a bit about the course certificate and the optional assignments to get the certificate. But first, I would like to acknowledge the land that I'm currently on. And seeing as we're all virtual, everybody's land acknowledgement is going to be a little bit different. So I would invite you to spend a couple minutes to think about the land that you're on, the people who were there before you, the people who are there now. So I acknowledge the land I live and work on is the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabeg, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples. I also acknowledge that Toronto is covered by Treaty 13 with the Mississaugas of the Credit, and I'm located in the east end of Toronto, just so you know. Okay, so as I mentioned, there's going to be 4 course directors from 3 different universities. Really excited about this. MobilizeU has been run through York University for the last 3 years. But this summer, we've been very lucky to work in collaboration with some colleagues of ours at Memorial University and the University of Winnipeg. So really looking forward to this. So from Memorial, Boyan First, who's the manager of knowledge mobilization at the Harris Center in St. John's. From the University of Winnipeg, Jill Condra, who's the program officer of research partnerships in their research department. Me from Innovation York and the Knowledge Mobilization Unit, and then Michael Johnny, who's the manager of knowledge mobilization at York University. So feel free to contact any of us if you have questions about knowledge mobilization, especially what kind of services are offered through your institution. If you have questions about the course, it's probably best to just email me. I'm kind of acting as kind of the course administrator, taking care of all the administrative details of the course, but feel free to contact any of us. And you will meet us all in our first live weekly Zoom session starting on June 8th. Oh, a bit about the course principles. So we're really happy that you can join us. We hope that this is going to be very relevant for the work that you do. We put this course together back in 2019 because we recognized that a lot of people were interested in learning more about knowledge mobilization. You may have heard it, you may have actually been doing it, but there's always things to learn. It's a relatively new field, not so much in the work that's being done, but just as a defined field of study and methodology. So happy to provide this information for you. We just ask you to come to the course with respect, and especially in the weekly live sessions. You know, it's great to have difference of opinions in that, but please just be respectful. And you bring your knowledge and experience to the course. That's one thing that we find really exciting, is to learn about the work that you're doing and to share that. So please do. We encourage you to share your experiences, your questions, your critiques, all of that kind of thing. Because it's a self-directed course, you really are responsible for your own learning. It is a non-credit course. You're doing this as an option as your own professional development. So, take from it what you can, whether that's, we've had people who've taken the course who've read all the resources, watched all the videos, and then other people who kind of just dip in and out. That's totally up to you. That's the nice thing about the summer version, which is more self-directed, is it's kind of up to you how much time and energy you want to put into the course. And in terms of us, the course directors, we really are here for you. So feel free to ask any questions you have. If you need some support, if you'd like to share, drafts of things, we'd be happy to look at those for you. We're always open to new ideas and approaches. we actively try to improve the course every time that we offer it. And so if there are ideas for topics or different ways of approaching the topic, if you have some feedback, whether that's positive or not, please feel free to share that with us. We really do value people's feedback about the course. And we'll also seek to create a safe and fun place to share and learn, particularly during the weekly Zoom sessions. When we meet for the first time in June, we'll kind of go over a little bit of a security protocol we have just to make sure that it's a safe space. So yeah, we really hope that you have fun this summer learning a little bit more about knowledge mobilization. So in terms of how the course material is going to be presented, it will be added to a class Dropbox folder, and I'll share the link with people on how to access that folder. And in the Dropbox folder, you'll find links to the recorded video content that we'll be uploading every week. We will record the weekly live sessions, and so I'll put links to those. So in case you're not able to join us live, you can watch them later. I'll put all the slides for the presentations in there, the weekly assignments, and then there'll be kind of a subfolder with some additional resources and readings. These are optional. As I said before, it's kind of up to you how deep you want to go with the course. I will put some academic journal articles in there if you like to read that. But I'll also try to put some links to websites and other resources. If there's anything that you can't find, if there's resources that you're looking for, you're interested in, please just let me know and we can do a bit of a search and find some resources to share around any topic that you may have questions about. So we're going to be uploading new video content every Thursday morning. I'll try to get it up there before noon Eastern daylight savings time, Toronto time, basically, starting on June 1st. And the videos are going to be on YouTube as unlisted videos. So anyone with a link can access them, but I'd kind of ask you to just not share them outside of the class. If people are interested in attending the course, just feel free to pass them my email and get in touch with me. So I'll be putting the videos up starting on June 1st, and then a week later, starting on June 8th, we're going to have our optional weekly live sessions. So wanted to give people kind of, a week to watch the videos before we met live. And these live sessions are just designed to provide a little bit more information about the topic. We're going to have some guest speakers who are going to come and talk about maybe a project that relates to the weekly topic, or you'll hear from us a little bit more. We'll have some time for group discussion, Q&A for the guest speakers, and then we'll provide a bit of time for more smaller group discussions using the breakout room in Zoom. So we just like to give people options. I know some people are happy to just watch all the videos on their own, do their own thing. Other people, like to get in touch with other people and maybe chat about knowledge mobilization in a larger group. Especially these days when we're all at home, it's kind of nice to check in with some other people and chat about the topic. Sessions will be recorded and placed on YouTube. So if you can't make it to the weekly live sessions, that's fine. You can watch it later. And I'll be recording the guest speakers and probably just the group discussion. I won't be recording any of the smaller breakout room discussions just for privacy reasons. And just a note, if you are unable to attend the live sessions, that's totally fine. This is a self-directed course, so it's really up to you what you want to come to. And I know right now everybody's schedules are a little bit different depending on where you're located. You may have children at home. You may need to leave early to go pick up kids or other family obligations. That's totally fine. I just also wanted to quickly acknowledge that, the pandemic is still going on. It's been going on for a long time. It is a little bit of a difficult time for people, particularly depending on where you're located. Our schedules are a little bit different, varied. Everybody's schedule is a little bit different. So I just wanted to acknowledge that everybody's kind of in a different place, and we really want to be as accommodating as we can of everybody's schedules and circumstances. So if you want to come to the live sessions but need to arrive a little late or you need to leave early, that's totally fine. we're pretty open to that. We're going to be pretty casual about it all. And as I say, just hopefully have some fun and share knowledge with each other. Okay, in terms of the weekly topics, so we've got 8 topics on deck. So we're going to start with an introduction to knowledge mobilization. Maybe you've heard of the term, but you're not quite sure what it means. Maybe you've heard other terms that sound similar. We're going to go through all of that just to kind of give an introduction to what do we mean when we say knowledge mobilization? What are some other terms that might be related? What does it look like? All that kind of stuff. In week 2, we're going to talk about building partnerships because partnerships are really foundational to knowledge mobilization work. So we're going to have some videos and guest speakers talking about how do you establish partnerships, what are some of the opportunities, what are some of the challenges of building partnerships, sustaining partnerships, dig into that a little bit more. Week 3 is going to be about knowledge mobilization planning. How do you create a knowledge mobilization plan? Particularly if you're going to be applying for federal funding. A lot of the Tri-Council funding agencies require some kind of knowledge mobilization plan to accompany your grant application. So what does it look like? How do you put that together? How do you write about it and in an effective way that's going to catch the eye of reviewers? Or if you're not looking for funding, but still want to do the knowledge mobilization project, how can you put a plan together that brings in all of your partners and kind of sees the knowledge mobilization project through the lifespan of that project. Week 4, we're going to be talking about research communications, and that's going to be 2 different parts. The first part is going to be a little bit more of a higher level strategic. How do you create, kind of communication strategy for knowledge mobilization, those kind of issues, looking at clear language, all that kind of stuff. And then in week 5, we're going to talk about a little bit more specific topics related to knowledge products. So things like, how do you put together an infographic? How do you put together a podcast? How do you talk to the media? More specific topics related to research communications and knowledge products. Week 6, we're going to look at how to plan collaborative events. Events are a big part of knowledge mobilization activities. As knowledge mobilization staff who work within the university, we put on a lot of events as a way to bring together researchers with people outside of the university. So I'm going to share some examples of what those events can look like and some event planning tips, kind of, what to do, maybe things to avoid, that kind of thing. Week 7, very excited. This is a new topic for us, and our colleagues at the University of Winnipeg are going to be providing the content for this week, looking at respectful knowledge mobilization with Indigenous communities. So we're going to have some videos related to that, and then the weekly live session is also going to be dedicated to this topic. Really looking forward to that. And then we're going to finish it off looking at research impact and evaluation. This is always a hot topic. We always get asked, how do I know? How do I evaluate the impacts of my research? How do I evaluate the impacts of my knowledge mobilization activities? Yeah, it's a big question. And we've got a guest speaker who is very interested in this topic and has some really helpful suggestions on how you can plan for impact and how you can evaluate it after the fact. So looking forward to that one as well. So pretty full 8 weeks. So if you're interested, there is a course certificate that will be issued with the logos of all 3 institutions. So something for you to have to say that you've completed the course. In order to get the certificate, you will have to have either completed 6 of the 8 weekly optional assignments or attend 6 of the 8 weekly live sessions or a combination of the 2. So say you want to come to 4 live sessions, then just hand in 2 weekly assignments. The assignments are due anytime before August 6th. You can either send them week by week or you can send them all at the end. If you need a little bit more time, please just ask. We're happy to accommodate. I just have a deadline more to manage my time, but if you do need more time, just let me know, preferably before August 6th. Just let me know if you need more time. The assignments are pretty brief. They're probably up to maybe, a 300-word essay or it's providing, say, like a draft of a knowledge mobilization plan. They're all fairly straightforward, and they're just going to be graded as a pass-fail. If you would like feedback, we can provide that. I know sometimes when people submit their knowledge mobilization plan drafts, they would like to send a little bit of feedback from us, and we can provide that if you like. I will be emailing out the certificates in about mid-August. And if you would like a print copy, just let me know. I can get them reprinted once York University's campus fully reopens and once I'm back on campus, which may not be this calendar year, but we'll see. Just let me know if you would like a printed copy because I can put your name on a list and I can mail it out too, depending on where you are in the country. These are just some links. There's the course Dropbox folder. I've created a playlist in YouTube where I'm going to put all the videos, so a little bit easy to find the content. And then the Zoom link is going to be the link we're going to use every week for the weekly live sessions. And just again to note that those weekly live sessions are going to start next week on Tuesday, June 8th. And so next up, after you finish watching this video, I would encourage you to go and check out the Introduction to Knowledge Mobilization video. That's going to be up on June 1st. So hopefully by the time you watch this, that will be up. And then on June 8th, we will be doing the live session talking about, I'll do a little bit of a more in-depth introduction to the course. You'll get to meet the course directors and learn a little bit about what knowledge mobilization looks like at each of our institutions. So I hope you can join us live. If not, as I said, I will be recording it and you can watch it later on your own time. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.